we gotta go through the normal banter before we do anything else. This is done on a phone. Try to hold it in a way that we avoid hearing clawing, scratching noises, in which in some cases I have to hold the phone a certain way and do certain maneuvers. That's where that may occur. Otherwise, it's held in a way to try to make the sound as best as possible, but that sometimes happens. Well, what sometimes happens, I'm trying to say, is that I strafe sideways for some odd reason, or just walk into very, very easily missable things like trees and pits. So, in the last episode, I'm not aware if it's patched or not. I think I might have seen some issues, and that sounds like it's a bit loud. It wasn't, but the way this phone is, it changes. Unless it got patched, what I'm trying to say, we passed the point in which mountains are supposed to not generate or have a chance of not generating, and again, we're still seeing them. Now, I did notice in the previous video, looking at some footage, that maybe there was a little bit of glitching out on one of the mountains I passed by, because the base was very blocky looking. It didn't have a it didn't have a smooth climb, and it was in repeatable chunks. Now this is probably the point where, as we go further and further along, the odds of things getting worse or happening more often probably further down the line, and we just simply crossed that point right now. And that point was 2,812,334 in the negative direction. And it's a cave. Saw something that piqued my interest. It wasn't a glitch or anything, but alright, there we go. So, yeah, it is, like I say, I typically do these on Saturdays. It is Wednesday. My second break got rained out. Lunch was okay. So, I mean, we're not going to get a whole lot of progress done in this particular bit. I think we might have to start doing the sheep kill again. Sorry, I'm only interested in the white wool because white is far more plentiful. So any other color sheep, the brown, the rare pink, pretty to look at, but not going to be useful to us. Plus, if we find another village, we don't have to steal as many beds. And we can move. Alright, there aren't any sheep over there. Sheep count is getting a bit on the low side. Is it third? Not sheep, bed count. We need the sheep to try and keep it going. See, there's a dark gray one. We have no use for that. That's not a broken terrain generation issue, just an issue. All right, let's just... Okay, we can now jump. All right, we need to be moving the player. We're already starting with this. Yeah, how about over here where I'm pointing? All right, so maybe a few little Dave Grohls over here. All right, that wasn't exactly how I wanted it to go, but could have been way worse than that. Oh, that was a last minute turn. It wasn't perfect, but that was okay. Although like I said, unless it got patched, and I looked at the Minecraft wiki and it still says it's a thing. So, oh, that's a dog or wolf. Well, they're pretty much dogs in the case of this game. Yeah, that's actually going the wrong way, so no. Well, it looks like neither. This was a wasted thing here. Maybe if the mountains were not generating, that might not have been a wasted move. So hard to get running in tight spaces, but I made it work. And a broken portal. Right in front of me. Right in my face. We used to use the nether, but we're far enough away from, and garbage, far enough away in both cases that from zero that it's actually a hindrance to try and use the nether at this point. It literally stutters enough, even there now, albeit very hard to see. But it is there. So, when the errors were first noticeably visible at the frame rate this is put out there, you wouldn't really see it unless you really know what you're looking for. Yeah, we can turn the boat. There we go. terribly worried about making beds quite yet. We have the ability to make one of them if we need to. If we find a village, we'll make it. Alright, so that's the one sleep cycle I can do during this particular break. Usually the Minecraft Wiki's pretty good on keeping up to date on anything that gets patched or, gets changed. So again, it might be just the fact that I'm at the very beginning of where they're not supposed, where the mountains are likely to break and fall apart and leave giant holes of lava. Probably need to go further out for it to start happening. I mean, where I've seen it happen in game on other people's videos is into the 3 millions. But I have technically passed the point where it's where the generation should break down. And that's should, not saying that it would. Alright, now that's an ugly looking hole that I want to get around. And it's a very big hole that goes a long way. Another portal. If these were actually useful. Alright, we're not going to spend... Okay, there it is. And, boy, now that the game knows I'm not going to the nether, it'll give me every single piece of obsidian it can. We'll keep it on the clock, even though it's just a regular break. If we wind up at a point that we need to run slightly over to finish a part, then yeah, okay, but a fish. Let's finish with some bread. Okay, I also forgot. No. I can't change it, okay. Because I'm in a boat. We hit the leave the boat button, then we can run and get another sheep. Maybe get another piece of wool. Yeah, right now we gotta keep an eye out for sheep and get them while we can. That's the thing, it's feast or famine when it comes to villages. Okay, again, those are... Yeah, I mean, yeah, if Wolf didn't get to the sheep, then couldn't be a sheep. So we're at the 2,830 kilometer mark. So if my math comes out correctly, in February will be the second anniversary of this show, the Bedrock edition of it. Java didn't go too well. Got like 400,000 out, and then even deleting the terrain between spawn and where I was, it just got to the point that it would stutter more than run. It pretty much broke the game. It was unusable. Whereas it's so much easier to do that here. It's almost time to call it good for this segment. I think this might be the only extra segment there will be. And in fact, it has reached that time, but yeah, we reached that time. So what I'm going to do is go over here, get out of the boat. Okay, get out of the boat. And good enough. See you whenever the next time is. And we're back. I get to work weekends again, which, owning a house, it's money that I could definitely use. And coincidentally, it's before work starts. I'm waiting for the building to open, and yep. And we have foyer this way, and there we go. And as it's doing here, it's raining outside. So, yeah, all my breaks and my lunch are going to be lost to the rain today in real life. So we'll have that much extra distance. Right now I'm waiting for the building to be opened. Thought a particular person would be opening, being they have a lot of work to do, but apparently they don't need to show up today. Not a big deal. Maybe I can get a little more of this done. I was hoping that the rain would stay away, just so I can get a walk in before the building opens up. Well, that ain't gonna happen. Now what we're missing now are villages. Is that one there? No, that's just terrain. Yeah, I wonder if they... You say either the odds of the mountains being destroyed and not existing happen the further away from that point, the 2,212,844, or something like that. I also believe we are having bogus rainfall. Yeah, the getting dark. It's a bed, sleep. We need beds. Yeah, it's not clearing up, so what we do is we save and quit. Come back in, and it'll be gone. Any moment now. Alright, we need sheep in villages. Although I should, now that I'm thinking of it, since we need sheep, how about yep. Should be on the land. There's one. You're looking for white ones because those are the plentiful ones. It's either sheep or wolves. Then again, the sheep can't really exist with the wolves because then the wolves will destroy them. Yeah, we kind of need to get to this one. It's a bit of a project, but kind of needed. How about sword? It's the second time I was demanding sword and ignored it. Of course that's what happened. We can break. We can jump. Oh, good thing we turned. Oh, good enough. Anyway, yep, sword. Wow, imagine. I hit sword and it gave me the sword. And we can jump. Okay, well, how about the direction we want to go in? There we go. Okay, how about this way? Well, just in case. If we can get 3 black wool, that'll help too. At this point, we'll go for anything, because we're not getting villages. I'm glad we turned to the right, just like I said. How about making jumps? This can go here. That can go there. Not what we need. Not what we need. There's two answers at work. White sheep and villages. Alright, it's not working. How about run the player? Move. I don't care if we Dave Grohl there. Boat. Board the boat. Just make everything impossible. Sword. I pressed it about 8 times. Again, wrong animal. Looking for sheep. Looking for village. 2 answers. 2 different things that are 100% what we need. There we go. Okay, we can move the player. Oh, I did let the slowdown happen over there. I let it happen over there because I didn't know if that was a ditch or whatever. And finally, a village. Let's move towards the village. Move towards the village. Move towards the village. Okay, how about towards the village? I'm selecting workbench. Do the job. We should be... Okay, there it is. And that's not going to be there. That's not going to be there. Alright. Yeah, beds are not going to feed us very well. How about stairs? How about stairs? Okay, can we do the job? We need to do stairs. Try stairs. Actually, we could dump that. It'd be good for a little bit. Yeah, this doesn't have anything, and come on, really? Building's up there. Sword. Bed, because it doesn't detract, doesn't take away from the... And now we need bread. And all the village buildings are ridiculous positions. Alright. Yeah, that's where it came from. Alright, we need to move the player. I like moving the player. Okay, that's where I was from. Okay, move the player. Move the player. Sword. That was it. That was the village. Oh, we got something over here. We can move the player. I like it when the player moves. How about the dirt block, the one that I'm pressing 37 times? Okay, this is pointless. Move the player. Move the player. You're not moving. Why are we not moving? Pushing buttons. We should be moving the player. Break the block. Move the player. some... Alright, come on, move. Alright, bed. Wasn't enough of a village. Anyway. We're okay with beds, not the best. Like I've said, it might be a mixed blessing that the mountains are still there. Alright, so person that's opening is here. Time to go. We're back. I'm forgetting which way we're trying to go here. Oh, yep, the old, it rotates us. Alright. We can't point the same way that we left. Anyway. Alright, we are not going in the right direction. There we go. Alright, so this is the way we're supposed to go. That's typically why I don't like to leave in a boat. Unless there's some real obvious cue. Which there wasn't that time. Alright, just indicate some food. Like that tree that's held up by one block of dirt. Just one. For a minute, I thought I might have saw a village. Now I have to walk. Yeah, that's a... Yeah, we were able to avoid that climb. Yeah, Can't screw that up. We can place the boat. Anything of value in the ship? Like I said, those are above ground. We'll make an attempt. But we're not going to spend too much time because it's a waste of time usually. Or we can we just... Yep. We can just walk through that. Can move the player in a direction I'm pointing in. Not where I wanted to go, but we'll take it. Pointless. I could use some of those. We can get rid of that. And we can change those out. We haven't done that in a while. Okay. Yeah, we can't get out. Or where I'm pointing. Even better. Can move the player. Might have been another chest, but I don't know. So, yeah, my second break and lunch are going to be rained out. The first one, there was a window. A little sketchy, but it was fine. And then comes the washer-dryer phase. Again, I'll just repeat it because some people literally suddenly tune in to these and wonder why they hear a washer and then a dryer at the end of these episodes, which is mostly the bulk of it, is that this was designed when I did not have a home of my own. Well, I had an apartment, but I didn't own a house. This was a time kill during the laundromat. And yeah, if something goes wrong with the machines, I'd rather be there when it happens. So, yeah, it's still a thing, and slightly longer because, of course, commercial washing and drying equipment is a lot faster than for your residential types. But that allows me to do more of this. Yeah, we'll swim it. It's not worth the pulling the boat out. I'd like to get out, but there's one giant hole in the ground. Yeah, we can place a bed. Actually, it was thinking about it and then decided, yeah, maybe we'll put the bed down. So we can sleep, save our position, move on. Yeah, I'm still going to do that. I mean, I'm not going to go terribly out of my way. And botch that jump. Alright, we can... Alright. Oh, village. Of course, kill a bunch of sheep. Now there's a village. But it might be a pain in the butt to get to. But it's also something we kind of need to get to. Of course, as soon as I put away the leather boots, this crap happens. Which is still a thing that's still showing up. Wow, actually having some good flow here. Did we place one? No, we didn't. We don't want to be placing any beds right now. Oh, that's not the way. Long way to it, but here we are. All right, so one, let's put this here, get rid of that. We're good with beds. Now we're looking for smithies, if any exist, which appear to not. We can run. Oh well, yeah, we're not quite made to have those, and we got to take the long way around. Oh yeah, we can't go through that way. How about clearing? And we stop for some reason. Ooh, well. Yep, we can place the boat. I'm gonna keep an eye on the clock because it's quitting. It's almost time to call it the end of the break. Like to get around this. Okay, yep. Long and boring. In fact, break's pretty much over, but I'm just trying to get to the top of the mountain. All right, so right about here we can stop because break's pretty much over and gotta continue on with actual work. See you later. And we're back. The rained out lunch period on the Saturday that I'm working. Oh, yeah. Well, you can still get, pardon me, voice don't want to work. Yeah, we can place the boat. We can go around this. Yeah, accidentally barely touched something, and it's all it took to send me off in a wild direction. All right, this is not the direction I want to be moving in, but that is. All right, let's just get up here. Okay, we can jump. No, we're not jumping at nothing now. Now I'm gonna lay that bear to waste by running really fast. He's subject to the same limitations of forward movement this far out as we are. Let's just squeeze a little extra distance out. Alright, is there a way out? Alright, yes, yes, and out the boat. Sleep. Gives the world a chance to generate in, even though it'll completely ignore it till I face the right way, you know? Let's mix up the colors a little bit. And I do mean a little bit. Alright, for a minute I thought I saw a village, but I didn't. Alright, is there a way around the mountain? Okay, yeah, the answer is yes, if we can just control the boat. I would sacrifice the frame rate, which is how it used to work, to keep this stuff flowing rather than start, stop, wait for it to come in. Yeah, we gotta move. Okay, we can't go that way. Alright, there we go. Are we stuck? Yeah, pretty much. And of course, because I switched out of it relatively early, yeah, we can move. We haven't stopped. about movement? Any lifeline fruit? No. And suddenly the menu system wants to appear. I really swore that they said mountains would disappear. I don't know if that issue got patched out. Because, I mean, if it did, then it took away something to look forward to. And we got 1 million and change of more or less the same. And this is my lunch break, so I have to pay attention to the clock. I cannot. Okay, we gotta move. Okay, yeah, over this way. Yeah, we suddenly stopped for absolutely no reason. Alright, for a minute again. Maybe I saw some taller village buildings, but that's not exciting. But I do see a village there. All right, we just need one bed. Alright, I don't see a smithy, although these sometimes are helpful. It's something. Pressing a button. There's the bed we need. Damn it. That might have set our fate. All right, we got out of there. I had a feeling that it's getting a little too close. Okay, I made a jump for nothing. Well, it was a safety jump. I wasn't sure if maybe there might have been a ditch in there. Alright, that didn't go exactly the way I wanted, but we're still moving. Everything's still good. Yeah, I swear they might have patched this out. I haven't seen any broken mountains, although, like I said, the only thing I've seen that might have resembled anything relatively broken was a very blocky base to one set. I think that's about it. Okay, I'd like to move this way now. another village. But before we do that, so I gotta keep an eye on the clock. Because if I go over, I lose money. We'll just swim there. Why? Because we can. Yep, bread. I think I still might be okay with beds. Yes, I am. Let's move the player along. Jump over that just so that we can keep moving, kind of. Yeah, we're still kind of moving. And we're not ducking, we're moving. And nothing. Yeah, let's just place the boat, place the boat, place the boat. Wow, that was like a project. We knew placing boats were difficult. I had a lot of ice, so we were able to move quite a bit in this. Yeah, maybe about an hour's worth of stuff done before the laundry phase. Because there was a patch of rain that occurred during waiting for the building to open. The first break was clear, and then not so much thereafter. You know what, I think the best time to call it good is, well, we're trying to find a good place to get off to begin with, is when we sleep, we'll call it good for this particular segment, then it's washer-dryer phase. If we can just find a good spot to get off. It's about as good as any other. Well, this is what we'll do. We'll put boat in. Put bed here. Yeah, that's not going to work because we don't make 1.5. Yep, pressing button, pressing button. We're ready for washer-dryer phase. See you then. And we're back. You can tell it's the beginning of the end for this particular episode, which is ironically more than half of it, but you get the idea. And we're drifting too much in one direction. So oh boy, roof forest. Good thing I decided to go this way and try to get a little extra distance. And oh yeah, now while I'm thinking of it, after I was done recording the previous segment, noticing mountains are still a thing, I did look it up on the bug tracker, and apparently this is a bug they're not planning to ever fix. Probably because who's going out this far anyway? It's not like anyone's doing any videos on it. Not like anybody's making some good good quality sleeping MSR, whatever you call those videos of somebody trying to slog their way over to the, if that's a word, now that I'm thinking about it. It's not like anyone's making videos of going to strike farlands in Minecraft Pocket Edition on a phone. That's not a thing. No one's doing that. Anyway. So we're doing what nobody's doing, and I'm sure there are people doing it. That was just sarcastic humor, because you know there's going to be somebody saying, well, X, Y, and Z, these people are trying to do it. That wasn't exactly the gist of it there. Just as this is not a normal thing to do in the game. Going out way past the precision of the 32-bit integer is not a normal thing. Yeah, I should have took the boat out. I didn't think this was going to go as far as it did. Sometimes I'm right, usually I'm wrong. In that case, that was actually a good move. And I think that might have been it was definitely a good move, because if we just kept going, we would have missed this village, which may or may not be a good thing. So yeah, apparently the bug still exists, and we just haven't hit it yet. But I'm also seeing that it seems to happen more around 3 million. But according to the floating point, we could use a couple more beds if we can move the player. There's that trope again. Move the player. We're not doing very well with that. Anyway. We're getting close to there, and legitimately, in a legitimate fashion, actually. How often, boy, this village just stretches. Looking for smithies. I think we can actually go for one more bed. Might just take an extra because why? We can. For some reason I decided I'll take the one up here instead of this one. Now we got one more than we really... Oh, two more than what we really need. That's okay though. Yeah, I don't see a smithy, so back out we go. What's funny is when I started the laundry, the furnace kicked on. I need to get oil. I'm not Daddy Warbucks where I could afford to get one of those butt ugly heat pump systems those ductless systems that have ducts running outside your house that look like a giant butt ugly duct octopus going on the outside of your home. Yeah. I'm not privileged enough to be able to afford such a thing, or to even replace it with a more efficient oil thing. And no way am I getting natural gas, because I've touched on this before, but it's been a while. I question the safety of my gas provider, because when I lived in the apartment, for a minute I thought I might have saw the edge of another village. When I lived in an apartment, landlord didn't exactly do a very good job upkeeping his property. And one of the things he didn't do a very good job of was fixing the gas range that was part of the apartment. So one day I came home and the whole building reeked of gas. Come to find out that the utility had to shut the gas off to do work, but they never sent a message like they're supposed to. Put the boat. So the whole place filled up with gas. Had to evacuate the whole building. Stunk to high heaven for quite a while. And I was going to have it... So the fire department condemned the range because they found it wasn't actually safe to use. So then I was going to contact the landlord and have him work on it or get it replaced. He wasn't going to replace it. He wasn't exactly what you call one of those good landlords. Some would say good title for the guy would be El Slumlordo. But anyway, so before I was ready to do that, I actually get a letter nailed to the door from the gas company stating that they were going to do another major project in the area, and they would send a second notice to let you know when the gas was going to be shut off. So you can prepare so that, if you have an old system that doesn't have modern safety features, you could kill the gas, and or if you don't trust the system, you could shut the gas off, and then they do their work, and then they get done, turn it back on. So they shut it off again, do their work again with no notice. So thank goodness I never had it turned on before then anyway, because once again I would have came home to an apartment that reeked of gas and probably would have blew the place up again. So at that point I didn't care that the thing was a death trap. Yeah, we can okay, that's not gonna work. So at that point, I never had the had it replaced, because I did actually bring it up to the landlord, and no, I'm not replacing it. Obviously didn't care too much about safety or spending money. Guy was a slumlord. And if I'm willing to put up with substandard living and not say anything, then my rent didn't go up. And my life wouldn't be made a living hell. I'm not saying the second half would have happened, but he did keep my rent ridiculously low. So, I mean, some good came out of it. Anyway. Yeah, so with that experience, natural gas, no. I'm not even entertaining that thought. Not with the company that this city works with. It's a national utility. So it's not a local thing, and I don't have any real problem with they're our electric provider as well, and that I can say I don't have any issues with. But their gas, I don't trust them. Twice they've shut it off and never gave a notice, and with faulty equipment that lets gas just seep and pour into a building. If I had I bought a gas heating system and it suddenly doesn't work, I mean, that alone is something that's frightening. But let's just say that they shut off the gas, and of course don't tell me that they do, slam, and suddenly the safety features, suddenly they don't work, and everything fills up with gas. No, I don't want my house blowing up. It didn't help that if you're in the United States, you probably have heard of the Columbia gas disaster that happened like about 3 years ago. Columbia gas disaster, where they didn't believe in maintenance all that well, or checking things or whatever. So their system literally built up to 10 times the pressure it was designed for. And a bunch of buildings suddenly just caught fire. And I know it just sounds like a bad joke, but there's truth to it. But in the city of Lawrence, Massachusetts, people were talking that houses were just suddenly catching fire, and I know this sounds like a joke, but seriously, no one made a stink of it because it's Lawrence, and when is there a building not on fire in Lawrence? But then when in the neighboring town of, now I'm forgetting the name of the town, in Andover, which is a tale of two classes. It's an uppity town and a working class. When their buildings were suddenly exploding and catching fire, and I'm not talking big explosions either, although one case, unfortunately, there was a big explosion where a chimney fell on top of someone in there that was parked in their driveway in their car. Car got crushed and the guy was killed. So yeah, there was definitely at least one bad explosion. But I'm talking about explosions where a whole building is blown to smithereens, and none of that happened. But still, you had one bad enough that a chimney was blown off a house and killed someone in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, yeah, that just further cemented my disdain for natural gas. So, hey, we actually had a little something to talk about. So, yeah, now I know for a fact that oil burners can, I forget what the term is, because it happened to, when I used to live with my parents, back in my high school days, bought a new house, and it was a set of 3. Ours was the newest one, but there were backfire, I forget what it's called, but I know that they can backfire where it'll send a crap ton of black smoke through the house as if the place were burning, but it's just a horrifically frightening smoke show. Alright, I'm not going to spend all day trying to look for something that may not have a golden apple in it. Yeah, back when the Nether was feasible, we would go for that as well, and we can move. And we can break. And sword. That I didn't actually select, so. Another planned Dave Grohling over there. Oh, goody, I like these. They come up with 0 warning when you're running at 100 miles an hour, and... Ooh, that don't sound right. Alright, if it balances out, then I'm okay. Yeah, every once in a while, I think I get a load that's perfectly balanced, only to find out that it's not, and the machine starts rocking like crazy. If it's unbalanced, but then when it starts spinning up and it kind of, just the sheer speed pretty much counterbalances itself, then we let it live. But if it's thumping away and it keeps getting worse, then yeah, I haven't done that yet with this particular washer, which is really old and beat up. And because the previous owners of this house never took care of the humidity, the bodies of the both the washer and the dryer have rusted. So if you try to move the washer, the entire mechanical assembly will actually come off of the body, so it actually comes apart, which, yeah, I don't think that's supposed to happen. And the dryer, the exterior is all rusty. I mean, we're not talking about massive rust bucket, but, there's rust, little rust spots here and there. But the insides are perfectly good on both machines. They both work perfectly fine. In fact, I would actually say that they are actually better than newer machines that I have used. Well, they say, when you buy new appliances, yeah, you get better efficiency in that, but at the cost of how crappily they're made. People say that even the efficiency in the... notice how I had the sword, but it didn't give it to me? They say that if you have appliances from the 90s, maybe even some of the more efficient ones from the 80s, and I'm talking like mid or late 80s, and they're working perfectly fine, it's best to not replace them, because the amount of money it's going to cost to fix the newer machines is going to outweigh what the inefficiencies might cost to run the older machine. Oh, well, I think I'll run it just okay. We're selecting boat. We're placing the boat. Now we're placing a bed. Both of them, I had to tap those windows 3 times for anything to happen. And I will say that maybe most of the time, it's not the game. I mean, yeah, when I selected the sword and the sword was highlighted, but I wasn't given the sword, that's the game. Okay, that's not the right way. But yeah, the phone is also known to ignore commands. So it's a double whammy, where you push buttons and nothing happens. Sometimes it's the game, sometimes it's the phone. So what I was getting to with this, it also applies to the oil furnace that's with the house. It's from the early 80s, but it was in its day one of the most efficient forced air boilers that you could possibly have. Although I shouldn't say it's a boiler, because it's not boiling anything. It's a forced hot air furnace. But it's that same story. Is if you're getting about 80% efficiency with an older system, just keep it, because the amount of money and that it's going to cost to fix a new system, as well as what could possibly go wrong if things freeze over because of a broken system. Basically, say it's just cheaper to keep what you have, because it's been around that long. It's probably not going to break anytime soon, outside of normal wear and tear. And the one thing that it sounds really bad upstairs is when it's done shooting its flame and cuts off the oil supply, it almost sounds like a loud bang. But when you're down here, when it actually happens, not only is it not loud, it's actually quiet. It's just, for some weird reason, it just sounds really loud. It sounds really loud through the ductwork, but it's not really loud at all. I wasn't thinking much about it because, it was only heating for like a month and a half, and that's when work was super duper busy, so I wasn't home nearly as much, which I don't mind the super duper busy. Oh, and by the way, typically, and this is no exception, that these are done on Saturday nights, and the end of washer dryer phase usually, and this is no exception. But what finally came back, and I hope it's coming back to stay, is because when you own a home, you really appreciate it, is I got to work Saturday overtime. Like I said, when you own a home, you get to appreciate as it may be somewhat inconvenient to work on a Saturday, it's a good thing when you own a home, because that's money. Where I work, they don't really pay too well, but I'm in a situation where I've worked there for so long, and it's unless I really screw up royally, say something really, really wrong, do something really wrong, or screw something up in a massively bad way, it's almost a guarantee that unless the business is doing extremely bad, that I've got a job for life. I mean, 99% chance that I've got a job for life, especially the way they typically do layoffs when things go bad. But there's places that pay way better. But the question is, am I willing to risk something that is almost, you could say, guaranteed, versus something that might be a risk, and then when things go south, I lose a job, then I don't have an income, and then I don't have the guaranteed income, which I know would come in, and probably, one, not be able to get that job back, and two, maybe never be able to get a job that paid as much as either. It's just things that, I talk about how pay's not the best, but there's also a lot of overtime, so that makes up for it. A lot. So, of course, this is as soon as I buy a house, the overtime slows down. But they're still giving us at least typically 5 hours a week, and that's enough to skate by. Not that great, but it works. Well, what stinks is that Thanksgiving holiday last week. Because of that, those 2 days were straight 8 hours. I lost money. I'm actually $40 in the hole for my bi-weekly paycheck. $40 in the hole. But from all the overtime, there's still a little bit of a cushion there. But what's really going to hurt, and there's a silver lining to it, is the Christmas vacation. They're shutting the company's shutting down for the Christmas/New Year's. 3 of the days are paid holiday. 2 you gotta make up with paid vacation if you have any remaining, which I got a crap ton, because I own a house. I can't afford to go on a vacation. I wish back they did like they used to a while ago, and that was pay you for any of your vacation you don't use. They only reimburse you up to 80 hours, and I got Well over 200. Well, I can't afford to take any of it. It's pretty much, just pretty much use it as a lifeline. Like if something goes wrong and I need to take time off. I mean, literally 10 years ago was literally the last time I took a vacation. I know I did videos of from Fun Spot, which I'm not saying it's been 10 years since I did something or went somewhere. That was actually the one time, and I don't know why they championed for it, but at the time I didn't care because I could easily have afforded it. There's also always a 4th of July week shutdown to celebrate the Independence Day here in the United States. The week 4th of July appears, and once ever we took it, they had a shutdown. Not that we really needed to, but they just decided, yeah, we're just going to do it, even though there was plenty of work. I think maybe a lot of the stuff that didn't really need to ship or something, I don't know, but it wasn't slow. I think maybe there was just oh, frickin' hell. Really? Yeah, we can jump. We can jump. Jump is jump. Oh, I hate this. Well, that didn't quite work. It was good enough, though. Alright, it's getting low enough. Let's move the player. I like when move the player happens. Place a bed. Grab another bed. And sleep. Hopefully there's no hissy boomy surprise if we were to die. That actually happened once, even though... Nice jump. Nice jump again. How about actually jumping? I press a jump button, we should move the player while we jump. Alright, let's... Yep, we can move. We didn't stop at any given point. Ah! Alright, we can afford to do this. Oh, yuck. I don't like the looks of this. It's one of those points. Alright, we can definitely jump in. What I also don't like is that there's nowhere to go. That I do not like. Actually, let's keep that here. Okay, yep, board. Now, let's see if we're wasting our time or not. Can we at least climb something? I don't want that, though. And this is why it's important to make sure that you're facing the way the boat's facing. because it seems like it was being skewed to one side because I wasn't facing the same direction that the boat was going. Alright, there's not a win here. Okay, we can actually run when we press the run button. I was just now looking and realizing, what if I've been going a long ways and was going in the wrong direction, which has happened multiple times. And in the silent run from the previous video, during the silent segment, I noticed I was going backwards. I don't know how long. And again, sometimes, especially when you're in a boat and you quit, it's quite easy to not be pointing in the right direction. It's done. That didn't sound like it was done. It sounded like there was more water to drain. But what I'm going to do is, village. Yeah, we'll get to the village, which is extending out further than a foot. Alright, we'll just get to it. Get on land. Alright, we're on land. It's time for dryer phase. Let's get that going. We're back. Dryer phase. Yeah, so I'm still thinking. A lot of the things I've seen when it comes to mountains disappearing, apparently it happens more around 3 million than it does at... Okay, yeah, that's no good. And we can run the player. 2,812,334. But I'm at the integer where it starts to supposedly happen. Oh, a lot less of that happening. Anyway, bed. How are we on beds? And we can sword. Wasn't trying to hit anything with the bed. I was hitting the sword button. Yeah, okay, how about jumping? There's no reason for that. Yeah, the precision, 2 jumps to get over, but I was facing the jump. And there was nothing above my head. There was no reason to not be jumping and making it. Alright. So perhaps it's just that the odds of something weird happening occurs. And like I said, I think there was an instance of that early on where the base of one of the mountains was, all the chunks were blocky looking. It probably was one of the glitches. If I walked on top of it, it might have been a huge hole in a massive pit. Because it seems to be that monolithic structres happen, and they weren't very monolithic in size, but yeah, this is the way to go. But the structure looked right. Alright, we can move the player. I like it when the player moves. Okay, let's move in the direction we're pointing. That's even better. Let's jump. Okay, we need more of these, so we'll just break those 2 down and jump this way. Go backwards just a hair. Jump, 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 jump. And what I also hate about being so late is it also gets much harder to control. And for some reason, alright. Yeah, we can make the jump. Can't see why we couldn't have. And place the block. Okay, we can sword. Sometimes straightening out, it will actually not require the double jump to clear a block. Okay, we can jump. That is very annoying. Oh, this is also very annoying. Of course, it always seems every time I switch over to the iron boots is when the winter terrain starts coming up again. Okay, no, we're not going that way. We can move this way. Operative word is move. Are we already at a point that we gotta sleep? It doesn't seem like we've went that long, but yeah, this looks like the sky's changing color already. It didn't seem, like I said, that I went far enough that we need to sleep. But sometimes that's how it happens. Yep, we can move the player. I like it when the player moves. But it gets overly annoying. It's overly annoying to hear me say that. It's also very annoying to keep having the issue of the player not moving. And again, that's the penalty for venturing this far out west. I mean, in any of the cardinal directions that it is. And if we're doing it in a diagonal, you're pretty much screwed no matter what. In fact, you probably almost wind up permanently stuck if you did it at a diagonal. Because right now it's extremely hard to move east-west, but I can get the speed I need moving north to south because I'm nowhere near the 32-bit integer precision error, in which I can not run. But if I did a diagonal, I pretty much would soft lock my progress more or less. Why I pick one direction, stay pretty much as close to the middle and the other on the perpendicular axes as you can. Hence, the east-west, or the X, is 2.5 million, and almost 3 million, I should say, and the z-axis, north-south, is practically 0. Plus, with the precision error that exists, the further out you go, the more you want to stay close to 0, because even though you don't see the error, when you get to like 256 blocks out or more, there's just enough of it that it seems to hinder your ability in the direction in which the intended long distance direction. So if I'm at 320 blocks north of the equator, it seems, unless it's a placebo effect, it seems to make matters worse going east-west, which you wouldn't think it would, but oh, here we go again. Okay, we can move the player. It's my favorite because we can move fast. And the best thing now, and I've learned the hard way multiple times, is Chess Boat doesn't allow Polar Bear to become a occupant. Because if like that one, for example, let's say, if there were a cub, he boards the boat, he'll kill me. Because the only way to save my life is to stop the boat and get out. I can't get out of the boat while it's moving. Now I'm sure with a game controller you can press the button that lets you get out of the boat, but again, we're trying to keep this game portable, so yeah, there's some sacrifices made. Like doing things touchscreen where you don't quite have the flexibility. Actually, that other way could have worked. Well, the only good thing about going a little slow is it allows the... Okay, yeah, I had to find the patch of snow. It allows the terrain to generate, because I'm unfortunately easily able to outrun the generation. Like I said, it used to be the generation would keep up at the expense of a bad frame rate. I would rather have the bad frame rate, because then I could still control it. Also, I do swear it's much harder to control the further out you get. Alright, we did pretty good there. And how about... Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. I don't think this continues too much more. Yeah, it's not continuing too much more, so... And do I see a village there? It looks like I do. Yeah, it's a village. For a minute I thought I'm mistaking it for another landmass again. Kind of almost looks like I have. Okay, can't go that way. Let's check the beds. Okay, we need just one. Good from an igloo. There we go. And I don't see anything of use here. Oh, we got more. Yeah, I don't see any stony structure, so yeah, we can move the player. I know I could just simply go down here, get in the boat, turn left. Alright, so we get in the boat, we go this far, turn left at Albuquerque, and ooh, that worked. What went wrong? This is a bad move. Data. Yeah, it's a bad move. Yeah, it's just best to just come here. What I don't like about Chest Boat is I cannot take what's in it. I cannot leave what I put in there in the boat. It winds up in my inventory. Kind of defeats the purpose of Chest Boat, but oh boy. Yeah, we can break the block. We can break the block. Perhaps the break the block button means break the block. Call it a funny idea, but I like it. Alright, do some more. Alright, I've had enough. Alright, that jump worked. Alright, it's actually getting dark, so let's find a space. Alright, okay, a place we can move. Alright, good enough. Place a bed. Face the way I want to go. Let's just change the color slightly just to make it look a little better. Doesn't really mean much of anything. So yeah, I was going to say, I put the clothes in the dryer. It's given just a little extra time than normal. So, yep, every time I switch from leather, this is what happens. Anyway, yeah, apparently a lot of the clothes bunched up on the agitator, and a lot of water collected where everything bunched up. Hence, I don't know if you heard it, but the noise where it's, yeah, we can jump, where it sounded like there was a pool of water that it didn't get out of the clothing. This is one of the pitfalls of the winter biomes. Is it's great to have those iced over rivers, oceans, and what have not. Rivers, but it comes at the cost of terrain that completely sucks, and players that don't jump don't help either. I love it when I can actually take a very small window of real estate and actually be able to sprint off it. Every once in a while I gotta keep an eye on that number to be sure that I didn't turn myself around. I don't know if I want to jump down here. Well, the reason was different, but the reason was I didn't know if, oh, okay. And we can jump. See, this is where jumping the player helps. We can jump. Okay, we can jump. Really? Can we not just move the player? I just want to move the player. Okay, this is getting annoying now. Let's move the player. This is very annoying. We are losing position. I like to play move the player. Break. How about jump? Yeah, I'm getting tired of this. So, there. How about jump? How about jump? Okay, let go of that. Sword. Alright. Well, I guess there was a regrettable moment of going down the cliff there. Wasn't what we thought it would be. Yeah, I got a good move going. Ah! Damn. No. Yeah, okay. We can jump and move the player. Okay, I'd like to move the player. Why do we have to grab every frickin' corner? Just move the player. Pressing a button. Your health, yeah, the health was getting a bit low there. You're still going to need to eat something, but at least we're given a little bit of a lifeline. Okay, how about in the direction we're moving? I like the direction we're moving even better. Nice. And into the ocean. So I guess in spite of the 2.8 million in change, like I'm gonna repeat 2,812,334 every time. I guess that's approximately where things start going bad, but around 3 million or so it goes bad. But then again, maybe in the negative direction it doesn't. I don't know. The farlands did wonky things. When farlands were a thing, see, if they don't want to fix the broken mountains, then I don't know why they bothered fixing the farlands. But apparently they don't want to fix that, though. But apparently when it came to the farlands in the Bedrock, depending which direction you went, depending on what kind of farlands you got. Okay, in this negative direction, it would be water world. I mean, all the structures would still generate, like villages and temples. But they'd all be in the ocean. They'd be above water, but in the ocean. Alright, can we move any direction? Alright, I am not seeing anything of importance. Let's just move the player. Yeah, it's always going to be buildings that aren't as important. Okay, let's go this way. See what this one is. Let's just see what this one is. I don't know what it is. Let's... Oh, there's a smithy over there. And we can run... Oh, we can't run. We gotta be very careful here. There we go. We've accidentally whacked a villager in I think it was the last segment. Yeah, we've tried horses and found that it actually, once again, hindered overall progress than it did help. And we can run. And nothing of value here. I only got one diamond left. What I can do with that one diamond is... Alright, let's hit button. Get plenty more of that where that has come from. Pressing buttons. Oh, hit the X. Maybe that might help. Alright, so move that down here. We'll leave the anvil behind because we got plenty of iron ingots to play with. Are we on beds? Plenty good. We can run the player. And that's not the right direction. Alright, how about... Okay, we need to run. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe in the negative direction the mountains aren't really affected much, but I swore, like I said early on, that we've seen some glitching. It's really abnormally blocky. Why did we stop? Why are we stopping? Go. Keep going. At no time was stop ever given. Okay, we can... Well, we're not jumping on that now. We are moving the player. Oh. Okay, we can move. Oh, no. How about away from that? That would be the best answer. And of course, as soon as I put on the iron, we need the leather. All right, can we have something that isn't a mountain? And we stop for some unknown reason. Run! Apparently there's a cup nearby. Come on, move! This is getting annoying. Taking the fun out of this. Jeez. For a minute I thought maybe a monolith was going to start. No, mountains are still mountains. And like I said earlier, I did read that it's a bug they don't plan on fixing. So as I've said before, I don't know why they bothered fixing the farlands. Yeah, we can move the player. I like it when the player moves. That time I was completely missing... Okay, boat time. That time I was completely missing the move the player forward button. And the player doesn't move because I'm missing the button. That's a thing that just... It happens because... Yeah, you want the player to move forward, you might want to hit the move the player forward button. I hate when this happens, when the river's disconnected by a 1 block wide thing, but it doesn't really matter. And we can move the... Oh, come on. Alright, I'd like to move the player. I'd like to move the player. Break. Break. Getting annoyed again. The fun succubus has come. Alright, we're moving sideways for reasons that are not understood. Alright, move the player. Yep, that'll work. Yet we can place a dirt block when we press the place the dirt block button. Move the player. I like moving the player. Slow and tedious, but nope, that's not moving the player. Okay, there's no real safe way. Of course that's what happens. How else would it work? Anyway, we're down. Food! Nope, I didn't ask for that. The game and the controls like to fight me. Okay, move. Do something new. Okay, how about move? It just doesn't want to do its job. Alright, we're gonna be in the pit here. Normally I like to be on a higher ground, but whatever. Okay, yeah, actually that button's the one I want to press. Again, press the right button. That time I can say it. Hey, you want the guy to move, press the right button. Can't blame the game on that one. Alright. Alright, let's continue moving the player. Okay, how about player moving? Well. Happy accident that the water was there. thought the river continued, but it didn't. Okay, stupid vines are getting in the way again. Place the boat, place the boat. At least I had some bullet points to talk about today. Kind of keeps the energy up a little bit. I gotta check and see how much time's left on the dryer. Typically wait till we sleep. I felt like we've slept enough that we can get a good representation of when I'm watching the mountains form. They still look normal. See if we can find a chest. In fact, I see it right there. Jungles are hit and miss. Sometimes they're easy to navigate, sometimes they're a royal pain. The deforested ones are usually the easier to do. Bamboo usually is a pain. Although that's a wild card when it comes to the terrain portion of it, though. I've seen it go either way with the terrain. Okay, we need to be swimming. There we go. Okay, how about... Okay, there we go. And... here comes the bamboo. Like I say, it's hit or miss. Although right now it seems to be more hit than miss. Although it's very spaced out. Doesn't necessarily have to be... Okay, yep, can run the player. okay part. Okay, we can speed up again. That slowdown initially was not intended, but the way the terrain went, it was okay though. Okay, we can move. We haven't stopped. No one said getting out this far is easy, or maneuvering in it will be easy. It's gonna get worse when, like I said, when I get closer to the point, I look up when they are. But the 4 million and change, when the next integer comes, and that's every other. I move per half block, east-west. Which means it's going to be even much more difficult to do anything. Now we're in a forest that's hard to move in. Can we get around? Even if this doesn't get around it, can we get to at least a better place to get back onto terrain? Okay, nope, this way's not gonna work. Turn. Alright, you know, this will be good enough. Because it's progress. And sword. How much time's left on the dryer? How many more sleeps can we get away with? A lot. Yeah, when I'm practically dead tired, it seems like it takes forever to do this. Then again, in small bursts, and I'll even call it an hour. It's all good and fun, but then it does get a little tiring after a while. I mean, if you were trying to complete the game or building something massive, you know, the staying power is much better, but just simply heading in one direction and hoping to see something that we're probably never going to see without warping or using the, the teleport command. And so this way. Oh, there wasn't the way I thought. Thought there was a land bridge. There wasn't one. Although this wasn't too bad. Alright, we're at 2860. 2870 is going to be a major stretch. Be great if we can hit, but I'm not putting anything on it. It's not a necessity. It's not a necessity. And for some reason we didn't make that. Oh, come on. But you know what? We're close to an outlet right here, so yeah, Vinet was helpful. Yep, we can move the player now. I'd like to go faster, but we're kind of at a point that that's not going to happen without issue. Okay, we can go 100% faster this way. Yeah, I know it's okay, there's just enough to replenish health a little bit. Okay, yeah, we can go this way. Get past that. There we go. That went pretty well. Next segment, whatever it is. Ocean Monument. See light under the ocean in some arranged pattern. I want to be sure that it's okay. Stick away just for now. No, you know what? Good enough. I'm correcting and we're far enough away. Sometimes it's not necessarily an ocean monument and it just happens to be some structure with some sea pickles or maybe an underground portal. It's just going to keep going in the wrong direction, more or less. Okay, how about, okay, we just like to move. Not that much. And move some more. Pressing. There we go. A little less than 8,000 to go, but that's stretching. But you never know. If we get enough ocean, enough cooperative territory, it can happen. We could get to 2,870 kilometer mark. Without sight of, I believe, one set of mountains has not shown us anything really amazing. No really amazing broken terrain. Like I said, after that video review, that blocky, messed up base of the mountain, that may possibly have been monoliths and giant pits, but we never went and bothered looking. And yeah, I see the village. That building I'm not gonna get to. That's too far up. Yeah, that's a bit out of reach. Not useful. good, so we can use more. And move the player. We don't really need any more. Although that doesn't hurt. Actually, let's again. So that wasn't too bad. Okay, again, not really worth it. And not really worth it. And it's heading more away from where we want to go. And we get a little bit of a boost, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really add up much. less than 6,000 to go. But again, as I said, it's a stretch. You gotta have a lot of things going right. And village. Way over there. Off to the side. Yeah, see, the dolphin even says so. Oh yeah, this is useless. So is that building? And really, any buildings that are useful, we can move the player, and there we go. We're pressing buttons. No, we're pressing food button. That means food time. This one has bed and a villager. Let's borrow it for the night and see where we are with the dryer. I think 2 more sleeps. And the village continues. Although it's a church, so it's not quite a useful building. Church with witchcraft. That is... Okay, we are way off course in the wrong direction, but then, yeah, we went towards the village, that's why. So going this way makes sense. Get us closer to 0, make what any little mathematical glitches compounding each other are just that much less not compounding each other. As insignificant as they sometimes seem to be, but really aren't. looks like it's a project, so we're gonna skip that. Portal, we got plenty of golden apples anyway. Unless I somehow missed it, I didn't see a farmer, because we're somewhat low on one stack of bread. Could use the emeralds to beef it up again. This again. Yeah, there's no escaping it. Yep, player moves. Yep, move the player. How about let's stop dancing and start moving the player? I like that answer better. Alright, we need to stop dancing and start moving the player. I like moving the player. That means something happens. Nice jump. Glad you, per usual, don't do a damn thing. Any answers? Could use answers. No answer. There we go. That actually didn't go halfway bad. Going too far in the wrong direction. And there's a village that we're trying to move to. We can jump and move the player. That would be the best answer. I like that answer. Alright. Let's see what we can see here. I think there's a smithy. From this distance, and on a small phone with 50 plus your old eyeballs. That could be a smithy or a well. It's a smithy. That's good. Okay, we're good with the beds. What we could use now is a farmer. We can open the door. Nope. We're not going to be searching for you guys, but yeah, we can move the player. Okay, you're done. I'm not wasting my time. The player needs to move. There's a farmer over here. Nope, don't want to do that. There. And this, okay. Yeah, see, this time it was a tower. It wasn't a smith. Yep. Run the player. Keep it going. And go. See a staircase here. Yep, this is definitely one. Perfect. Nice alignment. Sword. So, yep, bed, sleep. Alright, this is the last sleep before we, No, we can get away with 2 more. It's gonna be pretty much when the dryer ends, pretty much. Alright, up, 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 up. Oh, it's cutting so close. Alright, now how about running? Okay, how about running? This is definitely going to help us. So one more sleep, and then the final sleep is the final run for the day. So one more sleep and one more run, and then that'll be it. Can we get to 2,870 kilometers? It kind of looks like we can, especially with oceans. Flat terrain also helps. Definitely helps, and it's a bonus, is any frozen bodies of water that go in the right directions. $2,500 to go. Again, we're cutting it very close, but it's possible. Start getting some land masses. There's little blips of islands. That is that the weirdest looking island, or... Yeah, that's a weird looking island. It's only a block sticking up. Maybe a few more at sea level, but it's a strange looking one. And, yep, we're getting pretty close to the end of the battery. Might have to end it prematurely. We've had to do that before. It should be okay. It was at 90% when I started. So one more sleep, and then hopefully the battery will hold on for the rest of the way, which I can't see why it won't do it. see stone in the middle of grass, and I want to steer clear of it. It might be lava, and we can move the player. Oh, no, not that way. I got burned again. How else would it go? That was pointless. Okay, direction. Am I starting to see weird stuff, or yeah, that's just oddball generation, and it looks like I don't have a choice but to climb. And this is the shallowest point in which to enter. So we'll do it here. And we can move the player. Yeah, we should be able to make it. So what I'm going to do now is... Actually, I'll go a little further. Just a little further. We'll go into this little ditch. I'm going to say usually bed. Jeez, how many times I have to press the button? Yeah, well, try to make things look slightly more aesthetically pleasing. Not that it matters much. And, whoa, big drop. Yeah, I don't know. That might be closed off. So we'll just go this way and meet it up there. Almost makes it to the thing. Here's the thing. I'm going to put the boat into the thing. We're sinking into the thing. Place the boat. Board the boat. Now we boat the boat in the thing. Oh yeah, less than 500. We definitely have got this. Yeah, so the next time the sun sets, that'll be it. Or we hit 5% battery. Then we gotta find a safe place to call it good. Yeah, and I don't think that'll be an issue because 2870 is just a little more than 200 blocks away. So hard to get the boat to go straight. Just won't do it. Unless I get stupid lucky. $20, $10, $28.70. 2,870 kilometers. I find it weird that they say that apparently around 3 million is where the mountains tend to be all messed up. But then again, as I said, I don't know if it works in the negative direction. Because some of the things in Bedrock seem to work in one direction but not the other, or do different things. I find it weird because 3 million is not exactly a computer number. Nothing, something that isn't divisible by not a multiple of 2 in some way, shape, or form. I know that 2,812,334 is not a multiple of 2, but the way the farlands were calculated based on numerous terrain generation and noise generation data kind of cuts it in half. Like the 8 point, well, let's, for all intents and purposes, the 8 million point to 16 million point. It cuts that in half and you're at 12 something, which the farlands used to exist. Or if you play the old Alpha, not Bedrock, Alpha Java edition, you can visit it there. Or if you somehow manage to not be successfully keep up the upgrades at bay trying to reach the farlands on this version. On whichever Bedrock variant you're playing, and you're successful in avoiding the upgrades, which was not a thing when people say just don't upgrade. It's easier said than done. At least in Java, you can go back and select a version. You can't do that in this. So when you upgrade Java, no big deal. You can always revert, because it'll download the version that you want to play. This, you're at the new version, and that's about it. Either that, or toggle the experiment stuff for future versions. So current or future, those are your two choices. Stinking roof forest again. And this is going out of the way, but I'm so sick of the roof forest. Close to 256. Oh, we're past that. So it's just enough that, like I said, it might be a placebo, but I'm positive that 256 out in the Z direction in my case is enough to make things just that much harder in the X direction. because I could just boat. We can just, yeah, boat, board, boat the boat, eat first, so we'll be ready for the next day, the next time we play. And village. That's a way to end. I might end it there regardless. Even if the sun's a little high, I'll just end the video and then sleep the night off. And pick it up from there. There doesn't seem to be much of a village. Yeah, it ain't much of a village. A little busier here. We have beds? Yes, we do. But, okay, yeah, we're not going to be able to move. Yeah, okay, no, we're not jumping. Yep. Alright, we're getting close to the end. Okay, move the player. Okay, no, we're not going to be able to move it that way. Move the player. Alright, good enough. We can go this way now. We can go this way now. Alright, that will do. Alright, let's just get rid of something here. That needs to go away. That can go over there. Hit X and move the player. Alright, so yeah, 2,871,749. It may or may not be ready to sleep, so we'll pick it up from here next time on One Way. This is George F551 saying hope you enjoyed and have a good one. Yeah, I'll be sleeping it off camera.